In this demo, I will show you updating your AppV applications in Cloudpager Workpods and also how to roll back any application updates for any reason you may have. Well, updating AppV applications in Cloudpager is simple, and Workpods allow us to logically group applications together and assign these groups of applications to users or groups, with any assigned applications getting auto-deployed for those users on any Windows desktop they use the Cloudpager client on. Managing AppV applications from the cloud provides the ability to dynamically deliver applications and application updates to any Windows desktop anywhere. But let me now show you how simple it is. In this demo, I picked a very small application, but you can use any application you may have. The app for this demo is an AppV package of PuTTY. PuTTY is something that administrators in organizations typically use for SSH capabilities to things like maybe ESXi hosts as an example. I will start by publishing version 0.78 of PuTTY, which is the latest version that's available. To do this, I simply drag and drop my package onto the applications dashboard within the Cloudpager administrator portal. While the application package is uploading, I can edit the application information, such as name, version, publisher, set a description, and give it a nice tile image that my Cloudpager administrators will see, or any users who may access the application via our self-service storefront may see, which, while is possible, is not covered in today's demo. I will input a comment for auditing purposes, and that's it. The version 0.78 package has been published. Now we'll walk through publishing this application via a Workpod to some of our users. I'm going to navigate to my Windows 365 Workpod. I will choose to edit it, and I'm going to add version 0.68, which has already been published previously within the administrator portal. Once I've added that version, I'm going to click to publish this Workpod, and I'm going to give it a comment. Now I'm going to enter a change number from my ITSM product of choice, because this is a change that will reflect to users in production. And with that application published to my Windows 365 Workpod, which is my base set of applications, this group of applications that are assigned to my Windows 365 Azure Active Directory user group. And you can see how quick this is. Over on my Windows 365 Cloud PC user session, which I was already logged in on, we could see within seconds, PuTTY is available on this desktop. Okay, and if I launch PuTTY and go to the About, we can see that this is indeed version 0.68. Now, version 0.68 is quite old. This is one that was already published within the administrator portal. I just published it now to my Windows 365 Workpod. But let's say in theory, I'd prefer my users to use the latest version, which is 0.78. To deploy that and to update this AppV application, it's pretty simple. I'll just edit my Workpod, I'll choose to add, and I will add the version 0.78. And while doing so, I'll also uncheck the version 0.68. Then I'll click Publish. And again, this is a change in production. I'll put in my change number and a description within the comment field. Now at this point, you can see this revision history that's showing the updates to this Workpod. That will come into play in just a moment. But if I go to my Windows 365 Cloud PC, and in just a few seconds again, we should see within the Start menu, if I navigate to PuTTY, the PuTTY shortcut that was in the Start menu is gone and has been replaced with this folder structure that 0.78 is using. We can see, if I go to About, that yes, indeed, this is now version 0.78. Now, in theory, let's say that maybe I've updated to version 0.78, but my users are telling me that some key functionality that they use day to day for their jobs is no longer working in this version. Maybe support for a certain type of connection is no longer available within version 0.78, and they want the old version that they were using back. Well, getting that back to those users and rolling back is very simple, and this is where the revision history comes into play. So if I edit this same Windows 365 Workpod and I go to my revision history, we can see if I click in the revision history and I go to the previous revision, we see it's 0.68, and just to show the latest version, 0.78 is in the most recent revision, but I'll go back to the previous revision with 0.68 and simply click roll back. It shows me what is going to change when I roll back, which is the one application, and we can now see that that change is taking place and a new revision number has been added to show that rollback. So now if I go back to my Windows 365 Cloud PC, within just a few seconds, if we go to the Start menu, we should see that indeed that single putty icon is back in the Start menu. And if I launch and go to About, it's back to version 0.68. So you could see that deploying AppV packages, deploying application updates for AppV packages, and even rolling back updates is made so simple with Numecent Cloudpager. Cloudpager provides an opportunity to not only bring continuity for your existing AppV packages and manage them from a cloud-native product, but also to breathe new life into your AppV packages with some of the great capabilities, like how simple it is to do these updates and roll back those updates too. There's so many other great options and features for your AppV packages, and I encourage you to check out Cloudpager and all the great resources at numecent.com to learn more. Thank you.